Let's talk travel, not just any travel, but the kind that makes your heart race and your bucket list feel urgent. You know the feeling. Scrolling through Instagram, seeing everyone basking in the sun at some perfect beach, toes in the sand, living their best lives. White sand, turquoise water, palm trees swaying in the breeze. It's the classic dream. FOMO, right? That little pang of envy when you see someone else living it up. But now, there's a new level. FOMO-E. That's fear of missing out entirely. Not just missing a party or a sunset, but missing an entire country before it disappears beneath the waves. Welcome to Disappearing Paradise Tourism, the hottest trend for those who want a story no one else can tell. Imagine telling your friends you visited a place that's now just a memory. Forget Everest. The real challenge now is finding a beach that'll still exist next year. These places are vanishing before our eyes. The Maldives, Seychelles, Tuvalu, names that sound like paradise and look even better. Places so beautiful they almost seem unreal, but their beauty is on borrowed time. The very sea that makes them paradise is also their biggest threat. Every wave, every tide brings them closer to the edge. It's like buying an ice sculpture for a party. You know it won't last, but it's breathtaking while it does. The beauty is fleeting, and that's what makes it precious. Why now? Because the clock is ticking. Scientists warn these places could be uninhabitable within decades, maybe even sooner if things don't change. Our response? We book flights. When the last cookie's in the jar, everyone wants a bite. Suddenly these destinations are at the top of every traveler's list. These islands are the last cookies and the world is hungry. Everyone wants a taste before they're gone for good. It's not just a vacation, it's future bragging rights. Imagine flipping through your photo album and saying, "I remember when the Maldives was above water." That's a story no one else can tell. You get beauty and existential dread in one package. It's awe-inspiring and a little bit haunting, knowing you're witnessing something that might not last. So pack your bags, sunscreen, and maybe a life raft, just in case. Adventure and urgency go hand in hand here. We're touring the world's most beautiful and most endangered tropical islands. Each one is a masterpiece at risk of vanishing. This is your slightly panicked travel guide to places you need to see before they become legends. Don't just dream about paradise, go see it before it's gone forever. First stop, let's jet off to the Maldives, the undisputed king of luxury getaways and a dream destination for travelers worldwide. Imagine a place where the ocean is so blue it looks unreal, and every sunrise feels like a private show just for you. Here, overwater bungalows stretch out above turquoise lagoons, and the sand is so white it almost seems photoshopped. The water is so clear you can spot fish swimming beneath your feet as you walk to breakfast. But here's the twist. The Maldives is the lowest lying country on Earth, sitting just 1.5 meters above sea level. That means the entire nation is barely skimming the surface, making it incredibly vulnerable. So when scientists talk about sea level rise, Maldivians pay close attention. Their whole country could literally become a basement, swallowed by the sea if things don't change. To make a statement, the government once held an underwater cabinet meeting, yes, really in full scuba gear, to raise global awareness about their plight and the urgent need for action. So what do you do here? Snorkel with graceful manta rays, dine in spectacular underwater restaurants surrounded by colorful fish, and swim in some of the world's most vibrant reefs. Or simply watch dolphins leap at sunset, painting the sky with unforgettable colors as you cruise along the horizon. But the same ocean that makes this place magical is also slowly erasing it, millimeter by millimeter, as waves eat away at the beaches and the coastline disappears. The atolls here are coral reefs barely peeking above the water's surface, and the rising sea is slowly pulling the blanket back over them, threatening to submerge these islands for good. If you're planning a trip, go soon. And maybe book a room on the second floor just in case. The future of these iconic bungalows is uncertain. The irony? The Maldives' deep connection to the ocean is both its greatest charm and its biggest curse. Paradise here is as fragile as it is beautiful, and its days may be numbered. Visit now, while you still can, before this paradise becomes just a memory in travel books and old photographs. And don't forget your camera, because this breathtaking view, this slice of heaven on earth, won't last forever. Next up, Seychelles, a different kind of paradise. Not just sandbars, but dramatic granite boulders, lush mountains, and rare wildlife. Ant's Source d'Argent is the world's most photogenic beach, and the Vallée de Mai is home to the legendary Coco de Mer palm. But even with its granite backbone, Seychelles isn't safe. Most people live on a narrow coastal strip that's shrinking every year. Rising seas and dying coral reefs mean the beaches are vanishing. The government's building sea walls, but it's like gluing sandcastles as the tide comes in. Seychelles leads in conservation, protecting huge ocean areas. For now you can still dive, hike and see giant tortoises, but hurry. The boulders may last, but the sand beneath your feet is slipping away. Take your photos now, the backdrop is changing fast. Now to Tuvalu, a tiny Pacific nation you probably haven't heard of but should. 9 islands, just 26 square kilometers, smaller than most airports. The highest point, 4.6 meters above sea level. Life here is simple, community-driven, and deeply connected to the ocean. But climate change isn't theory, it's daily life. King tides flood homes, saltwater ruins crops, and the land is literally disappearing. The government's radical backup plan? A digital twin of Tuvalu in the metaverse, preserving culture and history online. One day you might only visit Tuvalu with a VR headset. It's brilliant and heartbreaking. If you want to see the real Tuvalu, runway park, coral reefs, and resilient people, go now. Experience a way of life that may soon exist only in pixels. The clock is ticking. Visit before you have to log in to do it. Next, Kiribati, pronounced Kiribati, a nation of 33 coral atolls straddling all 4 hemispheres. It's the first place to greet each new day thanks to a bent international dateline. The Kiribati are master navigators living on strips of land sometimes just a few hundred meters wide. Storm surges can wash right over the islands. Living here is like balancing on a shrinking sandbar. Kiribati is on climate change's front line. Its former president called it, on the verge of annihilation. The government even bought land in Fiji as a backup, migration with dignity. They're raising roads, planting mangroves, but it's a small fix for a huge problem. The tourist pitch? See where time begins, before time runs out? Visit Kiribati, Christmas Island, experience the culture, and witness resilience. But know you're visiting a nation planning for its own disappearance. Go see the sunrise, before the sun sets on Kiribati for good. This is a once-in-a-lifetime trip, literally. Our last stop, the Marshall Islands, stunning atolls with a heavy history. After World War II, the US tested 67 nuclear bombs here, leaving some islands uninhabitable. Today the Marshallese are resilient, with vibrant culture and world-class diving, especially among World War II shipwrecks. But now, rising seas threaten to erase what nuclear fallout didn't. The US buried radioactive debris under a concrete dome, the Tomb, on Runit Island. As seas rise, water seeps in, risking a toxic leak into the Pacific. The Marshall Islands survived the atomic age, but climate change is a new existential threat. Visit, and you'll see beauty, history, and a nation fighting for survival on 2 fronts. Dive, fish, sail, but you'll also see seawalls, flooded homes, and quiet fear. This is a vacation that stays with you long after your tan fades. The stakes here are real. Witness resilience, and the cost of our ambitions. Paradise, but not as you know it. So you've picked your disappearing paradise and booked your ticket. But here's the bonus round. Will your vacation be canceled by a superstorm? Warmer oceans mean more intense hurricanes and cyclones. Your gentle breeze could become a 150 MF monster. It's an adventure, right? Will your hotel still have a roof? Will the beach still be there? King tides, coral bleaching, and salt water in the drinking supply are all part of the experience. Power outages and water shortages. Welcome to off-the-grid living. No Wi-Fi, no AC, just you and the sound of waves getting closer. This is last chance tourism. You're not just a tourist, you're a witness. You'll see what happens when an ecosystem unravels. Come back with stories no one else has. Evacuated from a beach as it eroded in real time. You gambled on paradise, and even if you lost, you won a story. Extreme weather is now part of the package. Now the awkward part, us. We fly to these islands, burning jet fuel, releasing carbon, and speeding up the very problem we're there to witness. The irony, our vacation helps erase the paradise we came to see. A single long-haul flight can emit more carbon than a local produces in a year. But tourism is also their lifeblood. Your money supports families and conservation. If tourists stop coming, economies collapse before the islands do. So, they need you, but your presence is part of the problem. It's a paradox. Stay home and save the planet, or go and support the people. There's no easy answer. It's complicated, messy, and makes you want to just lie on the beach and forget it all. But that's the dilemma of last chance tourism. So where does that leave us? After everything we've seen, after all the stories and images, what should we do next? We've toured the world's most beautiful, endangered places, places that are breathtaking but also heartbreakingly fragile. It's enough to make you want to cancel your trip and just watch a documentary from the safety of your home. But don't let that be your only response. There's real value in bearing witness, in seeing these places with your own eyes, and understanding their beauty and vulnerability firsthand. Talk to the people whose homes are at risk. Listen to their stories, their hopes, and their fears for the future. It makes the crisis real. It transforms statistics into faces and headlines into human experiences. If you go differently. Travel with intention and tread lightly wherever you step. Be a traveler, not just a tourist. Immerse yourself, learn, and connect with the community. Spend locally, stay in family-run guest houses, eat at local restaurants, and hire local guides who know the land best. Offset your carbon footprint, donate to conservation, and use your trip as a catalyst for change, no matter how small your actions may seem. Come back and share what you saw. Make others understand this isn't a distant future problem, it's happening right now, in real time. These islands are the canaries in the coal mine for our planet, warning us of what's to come. What's happening to them today will happen to Miami, New Orleans, and New York tomorrow. No one is immune. They're on the front lines of a crisis that will eventually reach us all, no matter where we live. The final boarding call is now. The window to act is closing fast. Go see them, but do it with respect, awareness, and responsibility. Leave only footprints and take away lessons. The best souvenir? Motivation to make sure these places don't disappear at all. Let your memories inspire action. Paradise is vanishing, but maybe, just maybe, if enough of us care, we can help it last a little longer. Book now, or bring a snorkel. The choice and the future is in our hands.